It's April 18th, 2015, and this is your Fortean Slip news. Waka waka.
Yeah, and our first story from gvnews.com, which is actually Green Valley News and Sun. I like that. It's Bigfoot. Bigfoot has been sighted in Green Valley and is causing quite a stir, especially among hikers who unwittingly stumble across its path. Other people just smile, maybe even laugh. The figure, towering more than 7 feet, can be spotted lumbering across the desert toward the pecan groves. Is it pecan or pecan?
Or just groves. Standing there.
Well, he's probably just standing there. About a mile south of Continental Road. The creature doesn't go far. You'll find it behind the homes on the east side of Abrego Drive. Kathy and John Carlton know all about Bigfoot. It lives right behind their house. As much as I'd like to say it's real, it's actually just an example of my husband's sense of fun, Kathy says. We own that land behind our home, and John wanted to do something to add some life to it. Sad but true, Green Valley's Bigfoot isn't real.
No.
Go figure. John, a retired electronics...
Most of the other ones aren't either.
Probably. John, a retired electronics technician, made the Sasquatch about a year ago because he thought it would be fun to shock people walking in the area. His wooden figure is made from a pattern purchased from Winfield Collections, an online woodcrafter site that sells scroll and jigsaw supplies. He cut out the Bigfoot pattern on 3/4-inch plywood and painted it black to make a Sasquatch silhouette. Ooh. It looks like the photos, It looks like the photos or videos that have been taken of the Pacific Northwest Sasquatch, and it's a simple pattern to follow, he says. It took him about a week to bring Bigfoot to life. It took him a week to cut out a fucking wooden fucking Bigfoot. It's slow, man.
Yeah.
And it's just a piece of plywood. Then it took on a life of its own. I've seen walkers pose with it for pictures, and of course...
It's like Frosty the Snowman?
I guess.
It took on a life of its own.
Well, there you go. You just got to put the carrot in the nose, and it's ready to go.
It's the hat, Steve. It was the hat.
It was... But see, Bigfoot doesn't wear a hat, so...
Maybe he needs to.
This story is unnecessarily long for a wooden cutout. Bigfoot doesn't exactly move much, but you can't miss it, especially when you were walking along the river wash near the pecan trees, Charlie said Tuesday. When you go up close, you'll see that it's just a pretty thin wood structure.
Well, Steve, fake Bigfoots like pecan trees.
I guess so. Bonnie Tucker was walking 3 dogs Tuesday morning and says she's never noticed Sasquatch, even though she walks past it all the time. Calling out, have you seen Sasquatch lately? A jogger on the opposite side of Abrego opened up another conspiracy theory. No, I haven't, he said as he dashed away, but I did see Elvis. This is a stupid-ass story. All right, I'm going to go on to the next one now.
Before you go on, last night I had a little back and forth with Greg Newkirk from the Who Forted blog, and he possibly has said one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life, and that is that he looks at Bigfoot like he looks at Jesus, a really cool guy with a shitty fan club.
Yeah, I saw that post on your wall this morning, or your timeline. They call it a timeline now, I think, on Facebook, but I thought that was the funniest thing I've heard myself. So
kudos to fucking Greg Newkirk.
All right, and our next story from Fox News. Latino.foxnews.com. A college is apologizing for serving Mexican food at space alien-themed party. A California college has apologized for its insensitivity after serving Mexican food at an official school night party whose theme was intergalactic. Included decoration featuring aliens from outer space.
Well, Steve, aliens don't like Mexican food.
I think it's the whole alien illegal aliens.
Oh.
I think, but I could be wrong. I'm going to read some more to find out. In a letter addressed to its student body, Stevenson College, which is part of the University of California, Santa Cruz, said it received complaints from students and others within the university who were offended by the decision to serve Mexican food at the sci-fi party because of its perceived connection to the immigration debate. The term illegal aliens is, see, I was right, Chris, is sometimes used to describe people who cross the U.S.-Mexico border without documentation. But many Latinos and immigration advocates consider it pejorative. Or something. I don't know how to say that word. Yeah. We would never want to make a connection between individuals of Latino heritage or undocumented students and aliens. I'm so sorry that
maybe you don't want to. There are tons of other people who want to.
I am so sorry that our college night appeared to do exactly that, reads the letter, which was written by Carolyn Goles, a student life administrator. Goles said the incident demonstrated a cultural insensitivity on the part of the program planners, but called it an unintentional mistake. Now, as a result of this poor decision, the university is requiring cultural competence training for all students interested in putting together.
Yeah, because that's going to make it all better.
Oh, my God. You know, really?
This is what this fucking country is turning into. The fucking country of apology. Let's fucking apologize for everything we do.
I'm just sorry. So what? They served Mexican food. It didn't mean because they were.
Oh, my God. Somebody made a joke.
One person probably said, hey, wait a second here. We're at an alien party and they're serving Mexican food, and then it probably just got blown out of fucking proportion, is my guess. It's just bullshit. And now
the problem in this fucking country is that people think they have the right to be offended.
Well, you do, but you don't have a right to care whether they're serving Mexican food at a space party. Come on. And why should that offend anybody? So what?
Exactly.
I don't get why associating
people
Mexican
think that
food
they are
with space aliens.
People think that they have the right to be offended, and that their being offended needs to have action taken. That's the fucking problem in this country.
Yeah, now that I disagree with, because, I mean, I agree with you. I disagree with, so what? You're offended, big deal, get over it. I mean, I'm not going to go out and, you know, intentionally, on purpose, offend people because of their race or color or sexual orientation or religion or whatever. But
I will.
If I do offend you, get over it. You know, it's not
a fucking joke. I'm taken back to fucking shit. I can't even think of his fucking name right now. It's eluding me. Shit. George Carlin. Fuck. Where the fuck was that? But George Carlin, at one point in time, when he was alive, said that comedians are the people who know where the line is. They intentionally step over it and bring a few people with them.
Right.
And the fact that people can't just fucking back off when it comes to certain things, and the fact that we've become this fucking PC country where we have to make sure that everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. Nobody's feelings get hurt. Fuck off. All right, you can continue now, Steve.
Some people believe Stevenson College is overreacting with its decision not only to apologize, but now require cultural competence training of program staff. Really? This seems a bit of a stretch, said Geraldo Rivera on the Fox News and channels Fox and Friends on Friday morning.
Gerald Rivers?
Is that his real name?
Yes.
Gerald Rivers? See, all this time I thought his real name was Geraldo Rivera.
Of course
and he
you
was
did.
Like this great Latino character, and it turns out he is just a character. This seems... Did you watch him on... oh, geez, what's the name of that show? Apprentice? Oh, my God, that was horrible.
No, I don't watch any of that shit.
But I did. This seems like political correctness gone way too far, and now they're going to get much more inferior food at their next gala for fear of offending.
They'll just eat porridge.
Wait a second. Geraldo's not concerned so much about the political correctness side of it, just the quality of the food.
That's right.
Oh, my God. I never thought I'd agree with Geraldo, but he's right in this sense, because it is a political correctness thing gone way too far. And on our final story from the Inquisitor.com, government searching for fearless souls to take up old digs in ghostly Garnet, Montana. It's a whole haunted ghost town, apparently. Have you ever wanted to live in a haunted house that's isolated, high up out in the lonely forest wilderness?
No.
How about
No, I really haven't.
I don't know. Maybe I would. How about a whole haunted mountain ghost town?
Nope. I'm still out.
Not going to happen? Okay. Well, now's your chance. Don't pass it up. As the U.S. government's Bureau of Land Management is seeking a full-time resident to take up digs in historic, very rustic, and old-timey Garnet, Montana, reports the Montana Standard. I'm just having a hard time with this one. One characteristic one might want to have before moving to Garnet, Montana.
Jesus Christ, son.
However, is a healthy non-fear of ghosts, apparitions, or other things that go bump in the night, particularly since, as explained by the U.S. Bureau of Land Management ranger in Garnet, Garnet can be a lonely ghost town, quite cut off from the rest of the world, especially when guests leave at the end of the day or when they're gone. And a
semi-precious stone, Steve.
Is that like a movie reference that I'll never get?
No, a fucking garnet, you ass.
Oh, I get it. Garnet. It's primitive, to say the least. It's for people who love the outdoors and want to give back. There's no electricity, no Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm out, too. There's no running water. There's no Wi-Fi, man. I'm done. But there are trails to explore. Yee! Artifacts to inspect.
There's an outhouse to use.
Volunteers are really left to their own devices after the visitors are gone. So unlike the warped family in The Shining, who at least had a fully working haunted kitchen and communications radio, the Garnet, Montana folks don't have such luxuries and can't be skittish about the reportedly paranormal happenings that often begin as night falls. The Huffington Post reports that the hauntings and strange happenings in Garnet are well known among Garnet historians. This according to one of those Garnet historians, Ellen Baumler, who notes some buildings in the ghost town are particularly haunted. Because you can like be slightly haunted and like massively haunted, apparently.
They have it set up like the terror alerts in the United States, Steve.
What is the worst one, like maroon or something?
I don't fucking know.
I've heard several people tell about experiences in the hotel. Alan Matthews, a Bureau of Land Management historian, and others have seen a woman in one of the upstairs rooms in the hotel gazing out the window. Along with the ghost woman in the hotel, Baumler has also written extensively about the ongoing hunting experiences people have in Garnet in her book. Of course there's a book, Montana Chillers. Baumler relates some of these. The ghostly residents of Garnet often most active in the winter. So if you're fine with ghosts and living in a spooky old mountain ghost town like Garnet, the U.S. government will provide your room and board. But as word has gotten out, there are apparently a lot of haunted ghost town enthusiasts that are ready to pack and move to Garnet, so you want to get your name on the list pretty damn quick. And if you want to move there, Chris, you can call this
Joe.
Dude. Some dude.
Joe.
His name
555.
Eat shit. Area code 406-329-3735.
Or you can Jenny at 8675309.
Or you can email ngainan@blm.gov. I fucked that all up. So that's the news, Chris.
I guess, Steve, the Finding Bigfoot crew was in my area recently.
Oh, were they?
Yes, I guess they were in New Hampshire, and I saw this morning a picture from the Cryptozoology Museum here in Portland, Maine, with Mr. Lorne Coleman.
Mr. Coleman.
And I noticed that on the post that I saw from New Hampshire that they had called New Hampshire Squatchy.
Uh-huh.
Now, for those of you that don't know, the Finding Bigfoot crew would find a fucking broom closet Squatchy.